Hey guys, welcome to the TSF training channel. Today we are going to be focusing on day 3 of the Kettlebell and Bodyweight training program. Now, if you don't already have the program, I will put the link to the program in the description below, so you can head to the website and check that out. This program is designed for anyone who doesn't have a fancy home gym, doesn't have a gym membership, and maybe has one kettlebell lying about the house. We incorporate some bodyweight movements along with some basic and dynamic kettlebell movements to ensure we get a full body workout. Now, as with any program, before we start, we're going to do a nice little warm-up. It's going to be very basic. You don't need any equipment for this one. It's 4 rounds of just warming up the body, increasing the blood flow to the muscles, and creating a little bit more space in the joints, ready for the work we are about to undertake. So with that in mind, let's get ready to do the warm-up and get started on this program. So first we're going to begin with 20 arm swings. We're going to do 10 forward and then 10 backwards. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. Once we've done that, we've got 20 leg swings. Now you're going to need a wall or something to hold on to for this part. I have these store bars behind me, but all you will need is a wall just to keep yourself nice and balanced as you swing the legs. So we're going to swing back and forward for 10. Okay, and then we can go side to side. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're going to go side to side on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next we got bodyweight squats. So feet slightly wider than shoulder width. Going to hinge at the hips, so push the hips back and then bend the knees to descend down into a squat, keeping the torso nice and vertical. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, as always, work within ranges that are accessible to you. Try and keep the torso nice and vertical with those squats and don't let it drop forward. Okay, we've got 5 push-ups. I'll show you these on the knees first. So if you're going to do these on your knees, make sure the wrist is in front of the shoulder. That way when you descend down into the push-up, the forearms should be nice and vertical. That's 3, 4, 5. Now we've got our lying thoracic rotation. So arms out nice and wide. Bring one arm close to the chest and nice and lightly turn that leg over and try and touch the ground on the other side. Swap sides. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should get a nice stretch in the chest here and just getting some movement through the back. I think that's 8, 9, and 10. Okay, that's round 1. Now we're back onto round 2. Back to our arm swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. Now onto our leg swings, holding onto that wall or a bar or even a chair, whatever you've got. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to go side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we've got our bodyweight squats. So as I say, feet slightly wider than hips, and then you're going to, next we've got squats. So as I say, feet slightly wider than shoulder width with a slight turn out, and then we're going to hinge at the hips, bend the knees and descend down into a squat. If you can get all the way down, that's perfect. If you can break parallel beyond the knee, but if you can't, just work within ranges that are accessible to you. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next we've got our push-ups. Got a lot of push-ups in today's program. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lying thoracic rotations. We got 1, 2, nice and light. 3, don't force any ranges while we're moving through these. 8, 9, and last one, 10. Okay, back to the start. This is round 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Onto our leg swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Swapping sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more, 10. Back to our squats. 1, body should be starting to feel nice and warm now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then into our push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lying thoracic rotations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more, 10. Awesome. Okay, last round, and then we are ready to get into the main part of the work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Onto our leg swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swapping legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Onto our bodyweight squats. 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cool. Then into our push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lying thoracic rotations. Last set of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Okay, now that we've finished the warm-up, we can take a look at the strength component for today's session. So first up, we're going to be doing a superset of dual kettlebell cleans and Cossack squats. Now, the dual kettlebell clean is exactly as it sounds. We're going to be using 2 kettlebells, but as mentioned earlier, if you only have 1 kettlebell, that's perfectly fine. We can just swing with 1 kettlebell for this. So that'll mean you will alternate arms. So you'll do 10 reps on one arm and then 10 reps on the other arm. Excuse me, it's 12 to 15 reps in total. So 12 to 15 reps on one arm, 12 to 15 reps on the other arm. As the weeks progress and you get a little bit fitter and a little bit stronger, you can increase those reps. So today you might start with 10 on each arm, depending on the weight of your kettlebell. And then as the weeks go on, you can increase that to 12 reps and then to 15 reps. So let's have a look at that. First off, I'm going to grab 2 12-kilo kettlebells. Okay. And I'll show you guys, because I really want this program to be something that people can use if they've only got one piece of equipment. For the first round, I'm going to use 1 kettlebell. Now, if you want a greater detail on how to perform the kettlebell clean, make sure you hit the subscribe button, head over to our channel, and there is a kettlebell playlist on there with more descriptive videos on how to perform each of the movements that you will see in this video today. So let's kick it off with the kettlebell clean. First round, I'm I'm going to do the single kettlebell. So I'm going to use a dynamic start to first initiate the swing. So feet nice and wide, kettlebell out in front. I'm going to hinge at the hips, grab the kettlebell, keep my back nice and straight. And as I pull the kettlebell towards myself, I'm going to turn my hand so that my thumb is facing under. And as I push my hips forward to bring the kettlebell back, I'm going to turn the knuckles up. So that's the thumb under, knuckles up technique. As the kettlebell reaches about here, I'm going to begin to pull my elbow as I keep rotating the arm, and I'm going to catch the kettlebell in this front rack position. So that'll look something like this. There's one. When you get to the top of your clean, use the forearm to push the kettlebell away from the body and initiate the next swing. I believe that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to swap arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, place that kettlebell down on the floor. Make a little bit of space because this next one, this Cossack squat, you're going to need a little bit of room for this one. So legs are going to go out nice and wide, and we're going to squat down over to one leg and then transition back over to the other leg for 10 reps on each leg. So only go as low as you can. If you need to hold on to a wall or a pole for this one, then feel free to do so. If you've got the mobility in your ankle and your hips to be able to go right down and support yourself with your hands, then that's perfectly fine too. So this is what these are going to look like. Cross to one side, allow the opposite leg to come up onto the heel, and as you reach this point, we're going to move over to the other side and come up onto the other heel. So there's 2 reps, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, halfway there, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Standing tall. And now we're going to set our timer for 2 minutes rest. And there's set 1. So as I say, if you don't quite have the mobility to get all the way to the ground in the Cossack squat, then as always, work within ranges that are safely accessible for you. And then as the weeks and months progress, you may be able to get a little bit lower. Right, next set, I might use 16s for the dual kettlebell clean. If you've only got the one kettlebell though, carry on using the one kettlebell. But if you have more than one kettlebell and you have a fair few different weights, then now that we've warmed up on our first round, this will be a good time to start increasing the weight. If you've printed out your program, you will see that there is a section to be able to record your weights for each session. I think there's about 8 weeks worth of slots to be able to record your weights. So do that either in between your sets while you're resting or at the end of the program. But I find it's better to do it during the workout so you don't forget what you did and where you were at. Which is also why I should be marking my sets here so I don't forget where I'm at. So there's one set complete. As we get ready to start the next one, we got 20 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds to go. Now I'm going to use a dynamic start for these ones as well. If you want to know the difference between the dynamic start for a kettlebell swing and more of a static position, there's a video on our channel for that as well. So here we go, 12 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, into our Cossack squats. So legs nice and wide, squatting over to one side. Good. Keep this foot nice and flat, and then rise up onto the heel when you're on the opposite side. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ooh, they get spicy after a while. All right, 2-minute rest. And we mark our sets. Good little pairing, this one. We've got a strength exercise paired with a mobility exercise, strength mobility exercise. So grab yourself a drink, catch your breath back, get ready for the next round. Hope you guys enjoyed day 1 and 2, and I hope you're enjoying day 3 so far. Got a lot of work to get through, but with enough consistency and dedication to the program over long periods of time, you will see some amazing results, so stick to it. 1 minute to go. Pro tip, watchers don't really like being involved in kettlebell cleans. There's not enough space between the handle and the bell for the watch to sit. So if that's affecting your form or if it's hurting your wrist, make sure you take your watch off while you're doing your kettlebell cleans. It doesn't bother me that much. I can hear it making noise on my watch, but it's a pretty tough watch, so we'll see how we go. Right here, I'll grab my kettlebells in place again. Get myself ready. We got 10 seconds. We're going for our next round. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 9, 10, 11, 12. Cossack squats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay nice and low. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, one more, 20. Okay, 2-minute rest. Mark that round off. We got one more round. Kettlebells would have to be one of my favorite training tools. Kettlebells and gymnastic rings, for different reasons. But if I was to only have one piece of equipment to train with, and I didn't have anything else, it'd definitely be the kettlebell. Absolute bang for buck. With movements you can do with a kettlebell, you can do mobility, strength, conditioning, and I've tried to incorporate all of that into these programs as well. So hopefully we see some really good results from you guys. Send me a message, let me know what you think of the program. We've got 1 more minute rest before we hit our last set of the dumbbell clean, kettlebell clean I should say, and the Cossack squat. Okay, make the most of these rest periods as well. Get your breath back. Obviously you won't be talking to nobody like I am. Alright, 30 seconds. I'm going to set myself up, get myself ready for the next round. Okay, now remember with the kettlebell clean, we want to try and keep the back nice and straight as we pass the kettlebells through the legs. So in order to do that, you need to push the hips back, keep the torso nice and neutral, keep the abs braced, and get ready for the next swing. Here we go, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 12 reps. Okay, moving into our Cossack squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Keep this leg nice and straight. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Hit my clock for 2 minutes rest. Rightio. I'm going to move these 16s out of the way. All right, next up we've got some kettlebell walking lunges. Now obviously I'm not working with a whole lot of space here. So you can do this one of 2 ways. You can perform a back step lunge with the kettlebell, or if you've got 3 meters worth of space, you can lunge forward for a few steps, turn around and come back. You'll have to turn around a few times, but it's totally up to you what way you want to take these. You can do them either way. So if you're doing a back step lunge, I think we did these in day 1 of the program. So if you want to do those again, you're going to be either holding the kettlebells by your side, or if you have one kettlebell, you're going to be holding it at your chest, and then you're going to be performing the back step lunge like so. Okay, the reason we do a back step lunge instead of a forward lunge is because we want to be driving off that forward leg. So if we lunge forward, a lot of the time you're not pushing as efficiently off that front leg, mimicking a forward walk as you would by doing a back step lunge. Okay, so from here I'm going to drive forward as if I was doing a walking lunge. Okay, so the back step lunge closely mimics the walking lunge. All right, so we've got 10 seconds. I'm going to use 2 kettlebells for my first round, lunging forward with my right leg. 1, feet together. 2, I'm going to have to turn around here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ideally, if you've got enough room, you can do the 20 steps in one hit. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2 more, 19, 20. All right, put my timer on, mark my sets. So 20, which equals 10 per leg. Cool. Next round, I'm going to do the single kettlebell lunge, and I'm going to do the back step lunge for this one, just to show you guys how to do that one if you've only got one kettlebell. Now, if you're doing this program and you're running a bit short of time, most of these 4 set movements you can drop to 2 or 3, depending on how much time you have. But if you've got the time to dedicate to do all the rounds, then I highly recommend sticking to that. One minute. Getting a good workout in here. And the reason we rest 2 minutes is to allow the body to recover so that you can hit all of the reps in the next set efficiently. So, and as always, we want to move with good form. We want to focus on form first and then strength. And what I mean by that is, don't progress through to heavier weights until you've absolutely nailed the form. This will help you eliminate any possible injuries and it will ensure that you can train much further into the future. So be smart, train smart today so you can train tomorrow. All right, second set, 10 seconds, here we go. So I'm going to do the reverse lunge or the back step lunge, cupping the kettlebell underneath. 1, 2, 3. Keep that front foot flat on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Keep the kettlebell nice and close to your chest. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, set my timer, mark my sets off. There's 2. Grab yourselves a drink. If you've got heavier kettlebells, as I've said earlier, now that you've done 1 and 2 sets, you can increase the weight here if you feel comfortable to do so. Knowing that there is no pressure to increase the weight, okay? You will still get a phenomenal workout if you maintain the same weight. But at the same time, always remember to challenge yourself. I'd say the hardest part about making all these videos is having enough to say during the rest periods. Or maybe I should just play music like other people do. But I want you guys to get, you know, a good view on what happens during the rest periods, you know. It is tough. I'm catching my breath back. I'm making sure I'm ready to go for the next round, and I'm sure you guys would be feeling the exact same way right about now. So we've got 2 more sets of the walking lunge to go. I'll set myself up with my kettlebell. And because I don't have a lot of space here, I'm going to again do the back step lunge. 30 seconds. Now, if you're someone who has completed our online course for the Kettlebell Coaches Training Program, then this is basically how you will run your session with your clients. This is a good picture on how to do the run through. Obviously, it's just me here today, but I'm acting as your coach today. And we got 5 seconds. Right, here we go. Kettlebell nice and close to the chest. 1, 2. Keep that front foot nice and flat on the floor. Driving through the glute and the quads. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Don't forget to set your timer. And we got 2 minutes rest. Try and control your breathing during the rest period. So deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Slow that heart rate down. In through the nose and through the mouth. We got 1 more set of our walking lunge. If you do have enough space to do your walking lunge for 20 steps, then good for you. But again, you don't need a ridiculous amount of space to complete this program. I want to make sure that this program is, you know, accessible for everybody. So even if you've got 2 meters worth of space, that's perfect. That's all you need. Okay, what do we got? 45 seconds. Set myself up with my kettlebell. Following this, we've got a dual kettlebell row and a kettlebell bicep curl. So we're going to work the arms and the back on those ones. All right, we got 20 seconds. Get yourself ready for this last round. Get your kettlebells sorted. We've got 15 seconds. I'm going to set myself up now. Have a look at my clock. I've got 10 seconds. Getting ready for this last round. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, have a little rest there. Mark my sets. Awesome. Next up, we got dual kettlebell row. and the kettlebell bicep curl. So for the dual kettlebell row, if we're using 2 kettlebells, which ideally, being a dual kettlebell row, you will be using 2, that's going to look like this. So setting up with the kettlebells either side of your feet, nice strong base of support. We're going to hinge at the hips and use the knees to bend down and grab the kettlebells. Push the hips back and straighten up the back. Get yourself into a nice stable position here. Okay, there will be a slight amount of tension in the hamstrings, and then from here we're going to row both kettlebells up like so, and just adjust the angle in your back if you start to feel a little bit fatigued through the back, and just protect that back. Okay, now if you only have 1 kettlebell, we're going to use a very similar form, not like the row that we did in day 1, I think it was. So this time we're going to have 2 hands on 1 kettlebell, and we're going to use that same setup that we just did for the dual kettlebell row. So hips back, bending the knees, lean forward, head neutral, and we're going to pull the kettlebell to the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Okay, big squeeze here. And when you lower to the ground, make sure you don't reach for the floor. If you reach for the floor, you will round your back. Okay, keep the back nice and straight. We got 5 seconds. Okay, I'm going to do with a single kettlebell first. So 1, big squeeze. 2, keep the elbows tucked in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And lower that to the ground. Take a little breather. Now we're going to go straight into our kettlebell bicep curl. So we're going to pick the kettlebell up, I'm going to hold the kettlebell under the handle like so. I'm going to make sure we straighten our arms completely, nice full lockout, and then pull the kettlebell to our chest. There's 1, 2, 3, full lockout each time, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and rest. Set the timer up for 2 minutes. Mark that set. There's 1. We're doing 3 sets of this. Now, in the program it's written as 8 per arm, so if you do have lighter kettlebells and performing with 2 arms feels too light for you, you can do a hammer curl with the kettlebell. So that would look like this. Full lockout, and then curling so the knuckles are under the chin, and then lowering with control, 2, and back down. So depending on how heavy the kettlebells you have are, will decide on whether you can perform the hammer curl or whether you can do the 2-arm bicep curl version. So I'm going to stick to the single kettlebell for both of these. I quite liked that. Obviously making sure in the kettlebell row, actually it says dual kettlebell row, so you know what, I'm going to do dual kettlebell row for the second round. Okay, better stick to the program. And while I say that, it does pop into my mind that if you do need to alter this program, if you need to change exercises to better suit where you're at, or if you've got an injury or something like that that you need to work around, then absolutely, alter the movement, alter the program to suit your needs. So we've got 30 seconds. All right, I'll show you guys from the front. Now make sure during this entire movement you're keeping that back nice and straight. Don't want to see any rounding of the upper back or lower back. So to eliminate those, squeeze the lats nice and hard, and then push the hips back nice and far. Okay, dual kettlebell row, 8 reps. Here we go. 1, 2, squeeze the shoulder blades. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then onto the kettlebell bicep curl. full lock out of the arms on each rep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, set the timer up. 2 minutes rest. Mark my sets. This is a good total body workout. As you can tell, I'm sweating, and I hope you guys are too. If not, maybe increase your weights if you've got any. Whew. Roughly halfway through this program. All right, so we're nearly there. Stay strong, stay focused. I'm going to do what do we got? Another minute 20 rest. Okay, so we've got a decent amount of rest left on this one, so make sure you get your breath back. Did I say a minute 20? Yeah, a minute 20. Okay, deep breaths, get your breath back, have a drink of water, get ready to hit the next set. Get your kettlebells nice and set up. All right, we got 30 seconds. 30 seconds to go. All right, 15 seconds. And we're going to set up for our dual kettlebell row. 10 seconds. Let's go set yourself up. Get that back nice and straight. Engage the lats, push those hips back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Straight into our bicep curl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Big squeeze of the biceps at the top and full lock out at the bottom, making sure you get that full range of motion. Okay, that's set 3 done. Let's hit our rest period for 2 minutes. Mark that off. And next up, we've got a kettlebell push-up and a calf raise. So the kettlebell push-up is going to enable us to hit greater depths on each individual arm as we perform the movement. If you can't do deficit, if you can't do the kettlebell push-ups, that's perfectly fine. Just work on whatever stage of push-ups you're at. So if you can do some push-ups on your knees, do some push-ups on your knees. See if you can use the kettlebell to encourage the deficit position here. But if not, if you're a complete beginner with push-ups, then that's fine. You can use a wall or a box or even a chair to elevate the platform on which you are pushing off. So you might begin on the wall, that's fine. I'm very happy for people to begin on the wall and progress through to a chair and then eventually to knees on the floor and then full push-ups. How many reps do we have here? We've got 10 per arm and then 20 calf raises as a superset. So for the deficit or the kettlebell push-up, we're going to place one hand in the center of the kettlebell and we're going to have the other hand on the floor. So you can see the difference in the heights here from one hand to the other, and this is where we will get our deficit work done on this working side. So as always with your push-ups, try and make sure your elbows track back at about 45 degrees to the body. Try not let them flare out. Try keep the elbows tucked in as much as you can. All right, so here we go. Going for 10 reps on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to swap sides. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo, that burns, let me tell you that. All right, now we've got our calf raises. So we'll do these with one kettlebell first. Cupping the kettlebell underneath. I'm going to rise up to our toes, slow and steady. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And rest, move your kettlebell out of the way. Oh man, those kettlebell push-ups. Whew. I'm glad there's only 3 sets of these, because that was hard. Now, like I said, if you need to regress this to your knees, feel free to do so. Or if you're not quite there yet and you're doing these against the wall, that's also fine. We all start somewhere. Just make sure you are challenging yourself and keeping those elbows tucked by your side. Around about 45 degrees is optimal, okay, for that push. We don't want to flare the elbows out, put a lot of strain on the front delt area, so we want to play a little bit safe. And we want to keep the arm at about 45 degrees. 1 minute to go for our rest. I walk around a lot during my rest periods. I don't always like to sit down. I like to keep moving, so up to you guys if you want to sit down and have, you know, a bigger rest, catch your breath back. Personally, I like to stand up and keep moving. But it really is a personal choice. We got 30 seconds, 25 seconds. Back to our kettlebell push-ups. I'm going to set myself up on the ground, get ready for the pain that is about to come my way. Ten seconds. Nice firm grip on the kettlebell. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's swap sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yeah, they hurt. Okay, now I'm going to use 2 kettlebells for these calf raises this time. So set up with the kettlebells by your side, nice straight back as you deadlift them up. Feet nice and close together. And then rising up to the toes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Move that over here. Set my timer for 2 minutes. Don't forget that, very important. Right, after these, we've got clap push-ups. So these are an explosive bodyweight movement. Be very interesting to see how we go with these. I've just noticed that I've grouped the kettlebell push-up with the calf raise as opposed to the calf raise with the clap push-up. But that's okay. Do you know what? I'm going to change that in the program so that this video aligns with the program properly and you guys aren't getting confused. But just know, if you're watching this video, I made an error and I grouped two movements together that I originally had not planned on grouping together. But you know what? I quite like this pairing. So we're going to keep it like that. The kettlebell push-up supersetted with the calf raise. Let's change that for a 4B. And then that means we're going to be doing the clap push-up all by itself, saving as much energy purely for that clap push-up as possible. Now, if you can't do a clap push-up, we're just going to be pushing as explosively as possible. So we're going to be working within a range that you can access and then still explode back up. So that might be a relatively shallow push-up, but what we really want to focus on is not the depth for those, it's the explosive action. Okay, so we got our last set of the kettlebell push-up and the calf raise superset. Let's go. 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap sides. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take a quick breather. 9 and 10. Awesome. All right, onto the calf raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Get a good burn in the calf with those. Okay, you can put those kettlebells away. Set my 2-minute timer. All right. And then the clap push-up is only going to have a 60-second rest. All right. Yep. Okay. Cool. So 60 seconds rest for our clap push-up. As I say, we're going to be working on explosiveness here. Okay, so we're going for speed. If you don't have full depth and you can't perform the clap push-up, that's perfectly fine. All I want you to do is to work on explosiveness. So I will show you what that's going to look like first, and then I'll do my second set with the clap push-ups. Okay, so if you've got limited range due to strength limitations, then this is what's going to look like for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we use the half rep range on those, just focusing on really exploding up out of the push. There's one set done. And it's going to be interesting to see how these clap push-ups go, because after all of the rest of the strength and conditioning work, I'm feeling very fatigued. But that's where we should be towards the end of our program anyway. So we've got this one movement left, and then we've got a couple of movements for our core exercises. So 30 seconds rest left. Now if you're doing these against the wall, you're going to be doing the same format as I just did on the floor. Work within the range that's accessible to you if you're doing it against the wall, but think about explosively pushing away from the wall. If you can't do any of that, then feel free to regress back to regular push-ups, but I'd really love to see some explosive work here, okay? So let's see how 12 clap push-ups go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoo-wee! That was hard work. That is definitely something I'm going to have to work myself back up to. It's been a while since I've done clap push-ups. But it's a great way for me to show you guys that, you know, out of all the impressive things you see people do, there are always things that people find challenging. And for me today, I definitely found those challenging. I haven't done a lot of explosive work, especially explosive push work. So this will definitely be something that I'm incorporating into my training going forward. Adding it back in a little bit more. Now I think I'm going to do the half rep ones for these. I might still add the clap in, but I don't think I'll go all the way to the ground. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh man, they were tough. Very tough. All right, mark that off. Week 1. Let's see how you go doing these by the 8th week. Let's see the improvement that you've made. Right, on to our last superset. So now we're focusing on core. So we're going to do some core work. We got 30 seconds worth of sit-ups, followed by 30 seconds worth of Russian twists. We're doing both of these unweighted, and we've got 4 rounds with a 1 minute rest in between each round. So for your sit-ups, sitting on the floor, you're going to butterfly your feet so that the soles of your feet are together. Hands are going to touch the floor behind you, and then they're going to touch the feet in the front. So 30 seconds starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I hit 12 reps. Right, let's go. Russian twists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep those shins up. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, nearly there, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and rest. I'm going to mark that off on my sets. There's 1, 2 sets to go. And then we are done. You are nearly there. Hang in. Okay, don't give up now. Most of what I'm saying out loud now is usually my inner monologue. You know, got 1 set to go, got 2 sets to go. Don't give up, let's go. Keep doing it, we can do this. You know, you got to tell yourself you can do this. You got to egg yourself on. 20 seconds. It's all about staying positive and realizing that you can achieve anything you set your mind to, especially when it comes to the physical aspect. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Another 30 seconds. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if you can match your last score. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Keep pushing. 11, 12, 13, and onto the Russian twists. Get those shins up nice and high, side to side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touching the floor either side and keeping those shins nice and high. Let's go. Keep pushing. We're nearly there. Starting to burn now. That's it. Just keep moving. Keep those shins up. Nearly there. And rest. That is hard going. All right, 1 minute rest. We've got 2 sets to go. Now for this last 2 sets, or even the sets prior, if you can't keep your shins vertical and you need to put your heels on the ground, that's fine. Keep your heels on the ground, but get that chest up, nice and vertical, and then rotating side to side, touching the floor. That'll make the movement a little bit easier. If you start to feel the burn in your hip flexors or in your abs a little bit too much and you feel like you can't quite hit the reps, then regress to that form. Keep the knees on the ground. So that'll look a little bit like this. Okay, feet out in front, knees on the ground, and just rotating side to side, okay? There we go. But if you can get the feet off the ground slightly, that's perfect. All right, set number 3, starting to get a good burn on. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go try and match what we got in the last few rounds. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep moving. 11, 12, nearly there. 13, 14. Right, onto our Russian twist. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maintain that pace. 12, 13. Ooh, have a little rest. Shake it out. Let's go. Back on. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Nearly there, guys. Keep pushing. Keep the feet off the ground. Try and get the shins horizontal. And rest. Ooh-wee. That is hard. So well done. We've got 1 set to go. Oh man. That is a good burn right through the abs. A nasty little pairing. And we got 30 seconds to go. Then we're we're on our last set. They've done an awesome amount of work in this program. Hope you guys have really enjoyed it. I know I have. I've gotten a fantastic workout done today. That'll be me done for the day. And make sure you take a day or two's rest before you hit the next one. Or if you're feeling real energetic tomorrow and you've got the full program, do one of those included 14 HIIT style workouts tomorrow. All right, last set, let's go. 30 seconds on the clock, let's do it. Let's see if we can match what we got in the last few rounds, see if we can maintain that pace. Just keep moving, you're nearly there. This is your last set. Sitting all the way up. Keep going, a few more reps, let's go. See how many you can get in. Keep pushing. All right, Russian twists, last set, let's go. Touching the floor, each side. Really starting to burn now, let's go, keep moving. Keep those ankles off the floor, let's go, keep them up. Nearly there, keep pushing. That's it, almost there. Keep moving. And rest. Woo! Awesome. That is us done. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on day 3 of the Kettlebell and Bodyweight program. I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed each of the days. As I said, the link is in the description below, so if you'd like to head to our website and download that, feel free. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, really helps the channel out. And until next time, I'll see you then. Stay strong, stay consistent, and stay fit.